Assalamu alaikum once again. Now we're still continuing to our previous from our previous subtopic. We continue with this graph, inequalities graph. So we're going to do this today. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and also if you haven't seen the other videos, there will be the links on the description below for grade 9 students. So again, don't forget to subscribe. Now, linear inequalities graph. Question 1. Show on a graph the region represented by the inequality x is greater than 4. Now, for x greater than 4, we need to draw a line, a straight line. I'm not using a ruler or not, I'm just demonstrating. So you need to draw a straight line vertically cutting the x coordinate 4. So which is this, okay? So this is x is greater than 4. No, that is x equal to 4. But if it's x greater than 4, depending on how the line should be, if there's no equal sign at the bottom, then the line will be dotted. So again, I've drawn quite carelessly, but it should be drawn this way. The line should be dotted this way. It shouldn't be full. So something like this. But since it's greater than 4, then you just look at the numbers which are greater than 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and numbers that are greater than 4. So we shed the region which we don't want, which is this. Okay, this is the region. Obviously, it's continuing till there, but remember, it should be a dotted line. Now you write the equation. You won't write it this way. Okay, this is very wrong. But instead, you just write x equal to 4. So make sure you students avoid this situation. Okay, so it's not a must for it to be a line as well. So yeah, so this is the answer to the first question. Okay, now let's go to the next question. For the next question, you need to solve. First solve, and then you draw that whatever you solved on the graph. So let's solve it out. So 2y minus 4, sorry, there doesn't appear. So 2y minus 4 less or equal to 2. First add 4 obviously, and you'll get 2y less or equal to 6. Then divide by 2. As a result, y should be less or equal to 3. So this is your answer. That's how you solve. But now you need to draw this one on your graph. So this is a line that cuts the y-axis at 3. This is a horizontal line. So basically, this is the line here. But since it's less or equal, there's the equal sign there, the line should be full. So I'm drawing this way. Okay, and it's less or equal to 3. Less or equal to 3 means you need numbers that are less than 3, so which is 2, 1, 0, and etc. So you shed the region which you don't need. Utashed ile sehemu hutaki, especially you don't need 4, 5, 6, and the upper regions are not needed. So utashed hapa kwa sababu uhitaji 4, 5 or 6 and going up. So you just need the ones that you need, which is below 3. So, and therefore you write this as y equal to 3 this way. Nisa. And I think I've been understood. This is how you draw it. Cuts the y-axis at 3. Let's go to the other. Again, another question. Question 3. Just a moment. Represent the following inequalities graphically. Okay. So the following inequalities are this: x is greater than -3, x is greater or equal to -3, x is less or equal to -5. Obviously, draw a vertical line cutting the x-axis at -3 and also -5. Let's start with x is greater or equal to -3. So obviously there's equal there, so the line should be 4. So let's go here. let's draw this row. Let's just draw it. Okay, but remember it's greater or equal to -3. So you need numbers that are greater than -3, which includes -2, -1. So you shed the parts which you don't need. So here, this is the part. And therefore, you write it as x equal to -3. Don't write the inequality. Now, for the other question, x is less or equal to -5. Unfortunately, we don't have -5 here, but we'll assume there's -5 somewhere here. I'm just drawing here. So let's assume this is -5 for now. So you draw a line at -5, but you're told it should be less or equal to -5. So let's draw a line. We're just making assumptions for now. So this here, -5, you've been told it should be less or equal. So numbers that are greater than -5 should not be included. Okay, that's why I'm shading it this way. So this is x equal to -5. So that's not hard, right? But I'm just added the -5 this side because haitoshi your graphing here. Okay, I've shaded on the right side because I don't need numbers that are greater than -5, but instead I need numbers that are less than -5. It can be -6, -7, and etc. Now, let's solve the inequalities below and represent them on a graph. Again, let's subtract question A, 4x plus 3 less than 11. Question B, 5 into bracket 3x plus 7, which is greater or equal to 65. Now let's subtract 3, and therefore it gives us 4x less than 11 minus 3. It should be 8. Then divide by 4, therefore x is less than 2. So you draw a dotted line that cuts the x-axis vertically. Now another one is this one. For this one, obviously the first step, you need to remove this 5. So divide by 5, and you remain with 3x plus 7 greater or equal to 65. Divide by 5 is supposed to be 13. Then subtract 7, and you remain with 3x greater or equal to 6. Divide by 3, x is greater or equal to 2. And so yeah, we'll draw this and the other one. Now, let's draw the first one. X is less than 2. So obviously, x is less than 2. Hakuna equal sign chini. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's draw x is less than 2. So it means that there's no equal sign at the bottom of less. Hapa chini hakuna sijui equal sign. So you just draw a dotted line. So let me draw a dotted line this way. Okay, for now. And then since it's less than 2, so you need numbers that are less than 2. So you draw upande wa right pale ambapo hauhitaji, you don't need numbers that are greater than 2. So just shade this part. Tamam. So yeah, so this is now your x is equal to 2. For the other one, we said x is greater or equal to 2. You'll draw a full line. Kwa hiyo same one, ewe mtihani sasa. So x is greater or equal to 2. So let me use another line. But if I was using, or let me use another graph. So x is greater or equal to 2. So draw a line this way. Okay, a full line. So hivyo. So kwa vile ni greater or equal to 2, hauhitaji upande wa left because they are lesser than 2. So hapa ni x equal to 2. So, but the inequality obviously is x is greater or equal to 2.